Rocket League was officially released on July 7, 2015 by the developer Psyonix. The game was not created from nothing. It was a refined evolution of an earlier title released in 2008 called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars. That original game had the same core idea, cars playing soccer, but it struggled commercially. The physics felt less polished, the learning curve was harder for new players, and it did not reach a wide audience. In 2015, Rocket League essentially fixed those problems. The developers improved the physics engine, made car control more responsive, refined ball interaction, and designed the game to be both readable for spectators and responsive for players. This combination made the game immediately more accessible while also increasing its competitive depth. At launch, Rocket League was a paid title priced at approximately $19.99. This price placed it in the standard range for indie games at the time, making it accessible but still requiring purchase. However, the most important factor in its early growth was not the price itself, but a promotional decision. Rocket League was included in the PlayStation Plus subscription at launch on PlayStation 4. This meant that millions of PlayStation users could download the game for free during its release period. As a result, Rocket League did not have a slow organic growth curve. Instead, it experienced an immediate surge in players within its first month. This large early player base was critical because it allowed matchmaking to function properly, created active online lobbies, and generated a large amount of early community content. The core gameplay concept is one of the main reasons Rocket League became so widely popular. The idea is simple: soccer played with rocket-powered cars. This simplicity is important because it removes any barrier to understanding. A viewer can immediately recognize what is happening in a match without needing prior knowledge of complex rules or systems. However, beneath this simple concept lies a highly complex skill system. Players must master aerial mechanics, boost management, car control precision, positioning rotations, and timing-based decision-making. This creates a high skill ceiling where improvement is always possible, even for experienced players. This combination of easy to understand, hard to master is one of the strongest design formulas in competitive gaming. Another major factor in Rocket League's rise was its compatibility with content creation platforms. The game performs extremely well on YouTube, Twitch, and later short-form platforms. Matches are short, typically around 5 minutes, which makes them ideal for repeat viewing and streaming. More importantly, the game constantly produces visually clear highlights such as goals, saves, aerial hits, and unexpected plays. Even viewers who do not play the game can understand the excitement without needing detailed explanation. This made Rocket League highly viral in its early years. Clips and montages spread quickly across social media, helping the game reach audiences far beyond its original player base. In 2016, Rocket League entered the esports space with the creation of the Rocket League Championship Series, commonly known as RLCS. This marked the beginning of a structured competitive ecosystem. RLCS introduced professional teams, seasonal competitions, and international championships. Over time, the esports scene grew in scale, with larger prize pools, more professional organizations, and increasing production quality. While Rocket League never became the largest esport globally, RLCS helped stabilize the game's long-term popularity. It gave competitive players a clear progression path and helped maintain interest in high-level gameplay. Another major turning point in Rocket League's history occurred in 2020, when the game transitioned to a free-to-play model after being acquired by Epic Games. Before this change, Rocket League had already sold millions of copies worldwide. The shift to free-to-play removed the initial purchase barrier and allowed a new wave of players to join the game without cost. This transition significantly expanded the player base and improved matchmaking times, especially in lower and mid ranks. It also helped keep the game relevant in a market increasingly dominated by free-to-play live service titles. Despite these major milestones, Rocket League does not rely on constant major gameplay changes to remain popular. Unlike some modern games that depend heavily on frequent content updates, Rocket League's long-term success is based on consistency. The core mechanics remain stable, and the game evolves primarily through player skill development, meta adaptation, and community-driven innovation. Over time, the growth phase of Rocket League stabilized. It is no longer in its explosive expansion era, but it maintains a large, active, and dedicated player base. Its longevity is driven by competitive depth rather than constant reinvention. In summary, Rocket League became popular due to a combination of several key factors: a successful redesign of an earlier failed concept, a standard launch price of around $19.99 combined with a massive PlayStation Plus free release that rapidly expanded its player base, a highly accessible yet deeply skill-based gameplay system, strong performance on streaming and content platforms, the introduction of a structured esports scene through RLCS, and later expansion through a free-to-play model under Epic Games. These factors worked together to create a game that achieved not only rapid early popularity but also long-term stability as a competitive title. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like for more videos like this.